Interlagos in Brazil hosted the first Formula One Grand Prix of 1976, the Argentine race being cancelled for economic reasons. Local hero Emerson Fittipaldi was here, joining brother Wilson in the family-run Copasuca Fittipaldi team. All the main rivals had been working hard over the season, and it was a surprise to some that Fittipaldi had left the dominant McLaren outfit. Niki Lauda, the reigning world champion, stayed at Ferrari, teammate Clay Regazzoni. And there had been a host of changes across the winter, new cars, new teams, new combinations for the fans to get used to. At Tyrrell, Patrick Depailler and Jody Scheckter stayed in place, and there were fantastical rumours of a six-wheeled car. Jean-Pierre Jarier, Patrick Depailler, Jacques Lafitte, Guy Ligier, all part of the big French presence in the field. It was Niki Lauda, the reigning world champion, and Ferrari that most expected to fare best at the start of the season.
Jean-Pierre
Jarier thinking perhaps he might be able to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. Patrick Depailler reckoning that Tyrrell might be good for a podium. Jacques Lafitte, well, we'll do better in the races, said young Jacques, than in the warm-up. Jarier saying, I hope luck will go my way, while team owner Guy Ligier say the warm-up went pretty much as we expected. We knew we'd struggle, but I think we've got a good setup for the race. Well, in those days, Interlagos was 7.9 kilometres, 40 laps the race distance. And James Hunt, the English driver, brought in to replace Fittipaldi at McLaren, immediately taking up the front running. Niki Lauda also on the front row, but it was Clay Regazzoni who led the early going from Lauda. The Ferraris looked to be starting the season in the dominant form with which they'd finished 75. Only Hunt's McLaren hanging on to the two red machines. Further back, Brabham battled Lotus as Ligier and Tyrrell also went wheel to wheel. But trouble reared its ugly head early on for Regazzoni, a slow puncher dropping him behind world champion Lauda. As Lauda pulled away, Regazzoni was holding up the rest. Hunt squeezed by him. And then Jarier in the shadow with its Cosworth DFV engine taking up the running in third place. Jean-Pierre Jarier looking increasingly competitive. And having disposed of Hunt, Niki Lauda became the target for the Frenchman. Jarier was lapping at astonishing speed. 8 seconds gap soon became 2. And it looked as though the Shadow might have an astonishing win in the opening race. But he was caught out on oil from James Hunt's McLaren, and that soon left Niki Lauda to romp away. The demise of Jarier promoted Depailler's Tyrrell into second place, but it did allow Tom Price in the other Shadow to move up to third. And that showed that Jarier's performance was no fluke, as Lauda claimed race number 1 in the 76 title hunt.